Today we're going to be talking about multiplying with 10 and 100. A new expectation for third graders, according to the Common Core, is for them to be fluent in multiplying factors of 10. So this is taken from the Math Expression series, 2013 edition, the Common Core edition. In the past, I've always taught kids when you're multiplying multiples of 10 like this, to just multiply the two numbers and then count up the zeros and put them on there. And that's fine, but it doesn't really help them understand what's actually happening in the problem. So in order to teach this the other day, what we did was we went back to an easier problem. Now, this problem can be broken down. Each factor can be broken down. So instead of saying 2, I can say that's the same as 2 times 1. And I'm going to multiply that times 3 times 1. Now, the associative property says when you've got 3 or more factors you're multiplying together, it doesn't really matter the order. And we know from the commutative property, same thing. When you're multiplying 4 times 3 is the same as 3 times 4. So as long as it's all multiplication, it doesn't matter the order. So I could take the 2 and the 3 and multiply those together first. And then I take my other two numbers here, multiply those together. As long as I have them all, I should get the same answer. So this turns into 6 times 1, which is 6, of course. Obviously the same as what I would have had to start with. I'm kind of rearranging the problem there. Now that is a lot of hullabaloo to go through to solve a pretty easy problem. But when we do this one, the kids, I think, start to see why it matters. So if I do the same thing here, instead of 3 times 1, this is really 3 times 10. Now again, I can do these in any order I want. If I take the first 2 digits again, and I multiply those by the remaining 2, turns into 6 times 10. A little easier than 2 times 30. Now, this does work for hundreds and thousands and beyond if they do it the same way. In fact, you don't have to break down each number if you don't want. This is really 3 times 5 times 100. But we know that we can rewrite it as 3 times 5 times 100, or 15 hundredths. Pretty quickly, we're going to ask the kids to move beyond this into what you're probably more comfortable with. Just taking the 6 times 7, that's 42. 42 times 10, that's 420. Obviously, it doesn't matter which one goes first. 3 times 4, that would be 12, times 10 is 120. So we are going to move pretty quickly to understanding it in this way, but again, I do think it is important that they understand what's actually happening in the problem and how to get there.